Welcome back, horror family. I'm sure many of you are fully aware that Halloween is my holiday. I always try to go all out each year, whether it's seeing a classic horror film on the big screen or going to a fully stacked haunted house with monsters and gory cadavers jumping out of the dark. This year, my wife and I are going to Sleepy Hollow, New York, the location of Washington Irving's gothic horror story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. With this video, I want to explore the story's renowned antagonist, the Headless Horseman. I'm going to delve into the origin of this legend, as well as similar lore that exists in other cultures. The story takes place in historic Tarrytown, New York, specifically the Glen of Sleepy Hollow, around 1790. It relates a tale of Ichabod Crane, a schoolmaster from Connecticut. After a failed proposal to the sole daughter of a local farmer, he rides home heavy-hearted, only to be chased down by a headless rider cloaked in black. After evading the horseman and successfully making it across a covered bridge, the rider throws a head he was holding in a saddle at Ichabod, who falls off his horse upon being struck. The next day, Crane and his horse are never seen or heard from again. The only remnants found are his saddle and a broken pumpkin at the end of the bridge. The end of the tale leaves open for interpretation if a competing suitor for the farmer's daughter could have been the real culprit behind Ichabod's disappearance. But the story also delves into the lore behind the area. Sleepy Hollow is said to have been bewitched during the early days of Dutch settlement, while many speculate the ghostly atmosphere was caused by an old Native American chief long before the arrival of Hendrik Hudson. The infamous specter at the center of the tale was supposedly a Hessian horseman, a German fighter for the British who had his head shot off by a stray cannonball during the Revolution, haunting the location of the battleground in quest for his head. The unnamed battle in the story has been theorized to be that of the Battle of White Plains in October 1776. At the time, the area below the Bronx River was abandoned and occupied by the British. All American troops were fortified north of Peekskill, leaving a large portion of Westchester County between the two locations, a scorched no man's land vulnerable to outlaws, raiders, and vigilantes. Hessian Jaegers, known for their sharpshooting and horsemanship, were among these raiders who clashed with patriot militias. The Headless Horseman could have been based on a decapitated corpse discovered in Sleepy Hollow after a violent altercation and later buried by the Van Tassel family in an unmarked grave. But the Headless Horseman character has deeper roots in history and was a staple of Northern European storytelling. Viewed as omens of ill fortune for those who disregard the apparition, choosing victims based on characteristics of scheming persona, hubris, and arrogance. The Irish version is called Dullahan, or Darkman, a demonic headless fairy riding a horse carrying his head under his arms, wielding a whip made of human spine. When the Dullahan calls out a name, the person is said to die immediately. The Scots tale of a headless horseman concerns a man named Ewan, decapitated in a clan battle at Glen Canair, an island off Mull. Being denied any chance at being chieftain, he and his horse are said to haunt the area for what he considers an affront of his birthright. The English 14th century poem Gawain in the Green Knight offers a tale of a giant horse-riding knight who is beheaded by Gawain, then lifts up his head, challenging Gawain to meet again in a year as he rode off from the hall. The Headless Horseman character could be viewed as an allegorical emissary of death itself, a forewarning of doom and evil to come. Over the centuries, it has become an essential image for the season of Halloween, crossing various mediums of art and entertainment, each with its own unique take. From the 1949 animated Disney film The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, the 1994 Are You Afraid of the Dark episode Tale of the Midnight Ride, to the 1999 whimsical horror take by Tim Burton entitled Sleepy Hollow, the tale and character keeps evolving, continually frightening the next generation of audiences. Around a burning fire, the tale cautions against traveling a dark wooded path alone, or else one may find themselves in the presence of a headless rider drenched in black cloth, possessing the signature of death. What are some of your favorite versions of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Do you have any plans for Halloween night, or just staying in on the couch with your collection of favorite horror films? Please share with me in the comments section below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay scared.